What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel for the love of sports cards and TCG. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I clean and check cards on if they're worthy to be submitted, if they are worthy to be submitted, how I clean them and get them prepped to be shipped out for grading. So I have not touched this card. I don't like to, if I'm going to grade a card, I don't like to top load it. Hey, correction. So I don't like to top load the card if I'm going to submit it for grading. If I know I'm going to submit the card for grading, I don't top load it. I instantly clean it and put it in a card saver, which I'll explain later in the video. Just wanted to clear that up. The more times you put it in and put it out, there's more chances of it being ruined, the surface I mean. So this card, I just sleeved it, set it to the side very carefully, and now I'm actually going to do the inspection on how I would grade. Now, this card, whether it's got a ding, like I'll show you in one of my rated rookies, sometimes I look at the cards, if they're not worthy to be submitted, but there's some cards that are worthy. So this card, right off the bat, I can tell that the centering is off, but this card is selling for about $600, $660. So, but this would definitely be good for grading. But let's go ahead and take this out. I will show you what the things I look for and how I clean them. So this one I'm going to submit regardless, but I'm going to show you how I clean them. So right off the bat, obviously I can tell that the centering is not 100%. I do have a measuring tool, like a center measuring tool, which I'll show you at the end. But this card looks, from what I can tell, I do recommend you guys, if you can, I think this was like 10 bucks, get yourself a magnifying glass, preferably even with a light, because it does make looking at the card good. I don't know if it's gonna come on the camera well, but you're going to be able to just see the little things that you won't see from the naked eye. So, but I definitely recommend you guys getting one of these. They're very inexpensive. I would say like 10 bucks. The grading tool, I have it here. This was, I believe, $3. Definitely recommend you guys getting that too if you're looking to submit. When I submit cards, I'm trying to go for 10s. I mean, that's really what I'm going for. And again, if the value is there, if you guys are interested in seeing my most recent SGC sub, the card I'll put right up here or right up here, whatever. Right off the bat, I can kind of tell that this is good. I did notice a ding. And also, get yourself some microfiber towels. I have this little one, and then I have this big one that I like to use. So for this big one, I have just to kind of, if I have to put the card down, it's not being scratched around on regular surface. But so I do see a little something here, which it's a blatant ding. So let me show you. I don't know if you guys can see that. So there's a ding right there. That will definitely give it some deductions when it comes to surface. So let me see if I can try to clean it off. Yeah, so that's like a ding. If this was a regular card that was kind of in the teetering between getting a grade or not, I would not. But it's LaMelo, it's silver, you have to. So always check the back as well. Let me look for my own. I do see some, you don't see the print lines to the naked eye, but when I use my glass, I do see a print line going right there. Corners, I always do like to look at the corners. The corners do seem to look sharp. So, but as you guys can see, the fingerprints, just me touching the card, you can kind of tell the fingerprints. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but yeah, so the ding right there, let me clean it. So what I do is I just grab a microfiber towel, make sure it's clean, and you just kind of buff it. And I try to stay away from the corners, just because the less chances of you possibly ruining the card, the better. So like I said, I try to stay away from the corners. Unless there's like this corner right here, then I'll just kind of lightly. You want to be very, very gentle with the card. So just give it a nice clean buff. So I will go ahead and do that now. I do see another imperfection already. So there's something right there. Let me see if the glass will pick it up. There's a ding. It's in the blue. I don't know if you can see it. It's like right there. So, but I grade very, very hard. Like, I look for a lot of things. So there's that ding up top. There's that ding in the corner. That's right on the silver, so you can see that. really well, so kind of unfortunate, but the back looks pretty clean minus the print line. I do see a couple of more print lines, but I'm not too sure how SGC grades on the print lines. And then let me just give it one more final clean. Alright, now that you got it all clean, get yourself a fresh sleeve. I don't like to put it back in the same sleeve because sometimes the dust from the chrome can get in there, and so when you're putting into a new sleeve, I just don't want the possibility of, you know, it being contaminated and having something. So also I do try to touch the card where there's not that much chrome. So sometimes when you're touching the card, the chrome, your fingerprint can be left in the chrome, so just be very careful with that. So got it in, put it into your sleeve, and then get a semi-ridge card. So I don't have a preference. I don't use like Card Saver 1, 2. I don't like Beckett Shield. I don't have a preference. I was just at my LCS and they had that, so I like to kind of fan it, just try to give it as least amount of friction as you possibly can. So I'll just show you just the least amount of friction and damage you guys can do to the card, the better. So then you just put it into your card saver. It's right there. I like to put a little tab or a sticky note on the card. That way when the people who pull the card out are pulling from, and I'll show you with another card, they're pulling the tab and not the actual card. So again, the least amount, and I'll show you guys, I'm not going to do it to this card because I want it to be as least, like I said, friction as possible, but I'll show you on another card why I put these tabs. So when they go in to grab it, they'll just grab it from here and then pull up, and so they're not actually trying to pop the thing. Again, I'll show you in a close-up with another card. So this card is ready to be graded. What I like to do is put a piece of cardboard on both sides, tape, or use a rubber band, tape it, bubble, try to put as much, it won't hurt to add more protection to the card. So, but this card is ready to be graded. So I guess you guys will have to wait for the reveal once I get it back. So, and then I just want to go through a couple of other cards, why, you know, just to show you what I look for. So this is Trae Young. I pulled it from the same box. I did not even look at the card. So I want to kind of look at it with you guys, and then I'll show you the other card that just didn't make the cut to be graded because the value is not there and it's just got damage on it. So, but oh, and then I will show you the centering tool. So here's Trae Young. Just looking for, like, what I like to do is I like to look at the card just the way it is, right? Just so I can see the noticeable imperfections. So looking at the card so far, I don't see anything. Centering on this one looks pretty good to the naked eye. Looking at the back, always look at the back too. I don't see any print lines, but it all changes once you start using a magnifying glass. So give it a quick dust. So no, that's part of the card. So I did notice a little whitening in the you guys can see it right there, a whitening in the card, but I believe that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, because that's part of the crown. So give it a quick wipe down. Like I said, try to stay away from the corners. Give it a quick wipe down and then use your magnifying glass. So I will look at it, and then, so right off the bat, I don't know, oh, this is dust. Yeah, it's a piece of dust. So I saw something. So let me look at it from my direction. And just to let you guys know, this is not the proper way. I'm not no expert. This is just how I do it. I could be wrong. If you guys have a certain way you like to do it, leave those comments down below. Now, I'm not going to get this card graded. I'm just showing you how I check. I did not look at this card at all. So I do see, let me make sure that's not dust. So when you do come across, I like to use my microfiber just to get it. So don't know how I missed this, but there is, let me show you on this. There is a ding right there in the center. So that right there, the surface will get dinged on. And other than that, I think this card looks pretty good. But yeah, that surface. Now, look at the grades, do your own comps, go on SGC if you want to use market movers. Some people use market movers. I like to use my own tools to comp things out. There are easier things out there. I mean, you got to pay for them, but looking at the back, I do see a print line. And I don't know if the camera will pick that up. I do see a print right there, right under the Hawks. I don't know if you will see that right there. Right under the Hawks, there is a print line. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. But, again, I like to use it just to see, because this will determine whether, if not, now let's say from a 10 to a 9, there's not that big of a difference. You just have to do a lot of things. I comp out just to see if it's worth it. So if there's no difference from a 9 to 9.5 to a 10, and I already know this might get this is not gonna get a 10. This might get a 9.5 just from looking at it, because the centering from my naked eye looks good. But other than that, the edges do look rough on the back. So this might get a 9. I don't know. If the value's there, I might actually submit this card so we can see. But this, in my opinion, might get a 9.5. Definitely won't get a 10. So 9.5, maybe 9. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So, but I don't know what the comps are. What I do is, well, I'll type in like Trae Young, Optic Silver, and then do the card number, and then SGC. Right, and then you'll be able to see all the most recent, and then go to sold and complete, and then you'll be able to see all the most recent sell. Now, if they're all going for, let's say a 9 goes for $100, okay, well now it's worth it because you're gonna spend 30. Then, you know, for shipping, with shipping, it's like cost you like 32 bucks. Okay, you make 80 bucks, right? So even a 9, worst case scenario gets a 9, you know you'll make 80 bucks, let's say 80 bucks, 70 bucks, that's worth it. So definitely check the comps to see if it's worth it to get graded. Worst case scenario, in my opinion, let's say it costs you 32 bucks with shipping and all that. If you're gonna grade through SGC, I'm just saying SGC, then you didn't lose anything, you just wasted your time, right? So sometimes you do gotta see if it's worth it. Now, I do wanna show you this right here. Unless the comps are there, this card, I will not get graded because you can blatantly see a ding right there by his mouth. So and then this card I'll show you had a bunch of smudges on it, and just goes to show you how well a microfiber takes it all off. And then I don't know if it's the smudges doing that or just this is how it looks, but yeah, it's unfortunate because this was a numbered card out of 49. So it's unfortunate. Green color match to the jersey. Just unfortunate. It's just very unfortunate because, you know, you finally, it's hard enough to pull a good card when you're risking to buy a box, and then you get a card that's good like the LaMelo that I just showed you. It's not going to get a 10 because the centering is absolutely off. So the centering on this one, on the looks of it, not too bad, but again, who knows? Maybe these are type of cards that I would just hold and then wait, you know, sleeve top load them, hold on, and let's say he just absolutely in 5 years balls out and becomes a great player, well, then go ahead and get it graded. So this is a card that it might be worth just to hold on. Some of these cards, like I said, it's just worth to hold on. And then I will just show you the centering tool, and then we will wrap up this video because I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. All right, so get yourself a centering tool. I got this on eBay. I believe it was like $3. It's called Gem Mint tool. So I don't know why there was some. They do have a sticker, so it will show you your odds, and I'll explain on how it does. Let me get the LaMelo back out. So I got this card ready to be graded, Chris Paul Gold. So we will see. I'll actually show you how I do it. Now, these aren't absolutely guaranteed going to be accurate, you know, but it's always good. Like I said, for $3, it's not bad to get something. So just make sure all the corners line up. Let me make sure I zoom in. Oh, and then I got to show you how to pull the card out. So it might not look good on the camera, but so I'm just focusing on actually the card. So you get the corners lined up, make sure they're lined up on both sides. So, and then you just look, so you find a border. So like, let's say the border. So I got 3 on this side, and then I got 4 on that one. So this is a 3 to 4. So then you go to your little tool, 3 to 4. Where is it? Or 4 to 3. So the centering on this one is 57, 53. So this might actually, depending on how the grades go, because it says right here, bold numbers are likely to grade 9 or better. So this is going to get a 9 in the grading scale. So we will see how accurate the grades come back when I decide where I'm grading it to. So that is how you check and then you can also do top to bottom. So like I said, find a line. So I got a 3 up top because there's like a break on top, 3, and then the bottom I got a... Also, I forgot to mention that it is best to use the centering tool on a flat surface. So when I was recording it while holding up. It's best to set the card on a flat surface and then use the centering tool, because then you can adjust the centering tool as you need. So just wanted to point that out. And then sometimes use these empty slots to make sure you're lined up there too. I don't know why. I'm having a hard time with, I don't know if it's just because of the thing, but I'm having a hard time looking at top to bottom. But top to bottom, looking at this one, that does not look center. So 4 to 5 actually looks more realistic than the side to side. So this is not going to get a absolute 10 on centering. The tool is telling me 9 or greater, so we shall see. I think this is going to get a 9 on centering, to be honest with you, but we will see. If I do decide to go through SGC, they'll tell you. So that is how you use a centering tool. Like I said, go ahead and try that out, and then I will show you, like I said, very inexpensive, $3. I'll link it in on eBay or something like that. I'm not affiliated or anything, so I'm not going to get a commission off of it. But I will show you why the tabs work really well. So let me get a sleeve, and then let's do the Nesmith because that one's already damaged. So some people like to put the tab, you can do it either way, it doesn't quite matter. I did not put the tab before sliding it in on the Lamello, just because there's a little pocket you can lift up. But you just go ahead and you put the tab, make sure it's over the penny sleeve. You don't want it actually touching the card. And you just slide it in. So then when your grader comes and grabs it, so he's gonna, check it in or whatever, all he has to do is just pull from the tab. See how easy that is to come out? So now let's say there was no tab or something for them to pull. This is how they're gonna have to take it out. They're going to have to literally prop this open and then grab it and then pull out. So there's just more risk of them grabbing it here or whatever. So it's very inexpensive. I think I paid like $3 for like a pack of 6 of these little ones. It's very, like I said, the less chances of you possibly affecting the card, the better. I always recommend doing stuff to just make it easier. Make it easier on the grader, make it easier for less friction to happen with the card. But all right, guys, that does it for today's video. Again, this is no like right way to do it. This is how I do it. But if you guys have any comments on where I should grade it, leave those down below. Other than that, for the love of sports cars and TCG, have a good one.